I'm James King with Modern Roofing over here at Nick Jacobs' property over here. So the current scope of approved repairs on this roof is to replace this front slope right here and this left slope right here. I just want to record a video today as a contractor. Building code, I've already emailed all this information to you, but building code requires us to follow manufacturer guidelines, and manufacturer guidelines requires us, when replacing a slope, the underlayment on the slope needs to go 4 to 6 inches over into the adjacent slope. So this is the adjacent non-approved back slope right here. This is the right slope on the roof that has been fully approved via following a repair test on this roof that was conducted right there. So basically what I'm going to do in this video is show that when we take off these hip caps and tuck this underlayment 4 to 6 inches into the non-approved back slope, that it causes additional damage. I do not know if this is going to cause additional damage or not. If it does, then you're watching it right now. If it doesn't, then we'll go ahead and perform the current approved repairs. Yeah, like I said, I'll be doing it right here. About 4 inches is right here, 6 inches is right here. I'll be very conservative. I'll just go to this line right here, just to be conservative for you. Basically what I'm going to do is take off these hip caps, basically simulate what I'm going to be doing. All these shingles 4 to 6 inches have to be, the nails have to be taken out of them. They have to be unsealed to be able to tuck that underlayment. So that's exactly what I'm going to be doing in this video, and I have a coworker here recording me. Make sure that you have a good angle. Yeah. And just a quick disclaimer, all these hip caps, shingles that we're removing will be replaced with new hip caps, because obviously this is probably going to cause additional damage to these hip cap shingles. And while performing this, I'm going to use proper roofing repair tool, roofing snake, and I'm going to be using proper tools and standard widely used techniques. We're a contractor, we've been doing this for over 10 years, so we know what we're doing. already. So I believe I have enough, well, I don't believe, I know I have enough hip caps removed as of right now. I'll put my chalk back right here. That's a conservative 4 inches. So in order, like I said, I'll just reiterate everything I said in the beginning of this video. When we replace this approved slope right here, we're gonna have to put new underlayment on this slope. The new underlayment is gonna have to go from this point at the hip 4 inches across under these shingles. So from this chalk line behind, these shingles on the adjacent non-approved slope are going to have to be unsealed like so. And the nails are gonna have to be taken out. So I mean, as you can already see, tearing is occurring on these shingles when prying at the nails. Exactly what happened during that repairability test. I'm gonna take one more hip shingle off here real quick. I also want to reiterate, I'm using proper tools, proper care, and widely used proper techniques when doing this. Take another hip cap off. Unseal these shingles right here. So right there, another tear is occurring. No, if you want to get up close and show, yeah, sure. You can use my pitch chopper if you need it. I'm good on hip. So as you can see, my roofing snake, while I'm trying to pry the nail out of this shingle, pretty large tear occurred right there. This is the non-approved adjacent slope. Additional damage is occurring when doing this. This is exactly the same thing we're gonna have to do when getting the underlayment under these shingles over here. So this is video proof that additional damage will be occurred when performing this current approved repairs. That additional damage will be occurred to non-approved sections of this roof if we were to continue with the current approved repairs. So you can feel a little bit of mat transfer that is occurring. So I'll go ahead and show that. I'll go ahead and take the camera for my coworker because I want to prevent. I want to try and cause the least amount of non-necessary additional damage as possible when showing this, but obviously I have to do this to show it. So as you can see right there, this is the adjacent non-approved back slope. This is the shingle on the back slope right here. You can see pretty significant mat transfer right there. I'll try my best to show that on camera. You can see right there. I mean, a pretty huge chunk you can see right there where that mat transfer is occurring. So when we seal the shingle back down, the shingle is not going to properly reseal. It's kind of like if you put a bunch of dirt on a piece of duct tape and you try to use that piece of duct tape again, that duct tape is now going to be useless. That is exactly what is happening here. Along with the mat transfer, tearing is occurring. So when we perform the current approved scope of work, additional damage is going to be caused to non-approved items on this scope of work. In this case, the back slope will incur additional damage when performing the current approved repairs on this roof, and this right slope over here. So this is the front slope. This is another hip now that we have to same thing, 4 to 6 inches over the hip. Additional damage will be caused as shown in this video. So if we were to perform the current approved repairs on this scope of work, additional damage will be caused to the adjacent non-approved slopes as shown here. Like I said, I know I keep repeating myself, but I just want to make it very clear before I end this video. Mat transfer, pretty obvious mat transfer right here, which is going to prevent the shingle from sealing back down properly, and tearing at one of the nail holes, which is going to prevent a watertight system and lead to leaking.